Can I watch the TV? Dad, yes, but don't turn it on.
There we go. Found my mic source. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. This is a kmenzel stream. Today we're going to be playing some Atari games. And there's been a little bit of a... What do I want to say? I have a disagreement with how Atari has done some things. So let's check that out. This is the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection. For anybody who hasn't seen this before, it has this lovely timeline feature. You can see this in the beginning. It goes through this timeline. See 1972 up here. Delightful. We get sort of 1977. Sprint 8 is here. This is like arcade stuff. We, go through all sorts of arcade games. We check out Missile Command. We check out things like, I don't know. Breakout is here, I think. Somewhere. There we go. So Breakout has Neo Breakout listed. That's a fun little game that exists. We played a little bit of that. Anyways, we get to the end of this little timeline here. Takes us to 1984. We continue. We go to Birth of the Console. This takes us back to 1977 because chronology does not matter to Atari when they're assembling this chronological thing. And I get it. You want to, sort of sort things a little bit more than just chronologically. You want to, show some things thematically. So you have arcade games and then you eke out a second instance just for, say, 2600 games. So here we start off Combat, Air Sea Battle, Surround. These are all wonderful games from 1977. We look at a little bit of arcade to the home. We played some Outlaw, some Canyon Bomber. We looked at some originals now from 1978. We even looked at the keyboard controller and noticed that there was Brain Games, Codebreaker, Hunt and Score. And then we've been checking out some of these games, the Activision games, which are great. We love the Activision games. They have some good stuff to them, and that's good. But what we are seeing right here on the top of the screen there is the year 1979. And the year 1979 is interesting because there are launch titles that came with the Atari 2600. I mean, I don't know if they came with them, but they came out at the same time. And they exist in this collection, and they are not mentioned here. I think possibly because they're unlocks, but regardless, the unlocks don't exist on the timeline. So if we go to the game library and scroll across to the 2600, I really hope they don't do this with any of the arcade machines. But if we scroll across to the 2600, here we can see things sorted by, I think, title? But Basic Math was a launch title for the 2600, as was Indy 500. I bet that's called Race 500 over here. Yeah, Race 500 for the Atari 2600. And I think Race 500 is 1 to 2 player. But we're going to go over to Basic Math to get us started off. This was also known as Fun with Numbers. So kind of depends on, that's why the double title down there. A lot of these Atari games had more than one title. So Race 500 was known as Indy 500. Obviously that's a licensing thing. The Video Olympics got renamed Pong Sports at some point. And there was a game called Hunt and Score, which was also known as a game of concentration. So lots of sort of the same game, not a different interpretation of the same game, but the exact same game. So we have a variety of what I'm honestly looking at here. I'm going to go over to the keyboard controls for this. Basic Math was released before the number pad controller, I believe. And so let's just select this. One of the original 9 launch titles for the Atari VCS, Basic Math gave young players a chance to develop their addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division skills, and hopefully convince skeptical parents that this game machine could be educational too. Atari retitled the game Fun with Numbers in 1980, because obviously you're looking to sell this. I wonder if people bought it twice. I'm really curious about that. If people bought this game twice just to have, because they thought it was a different game. Hi, C Jinx.
CP just resubscribed for 29 months. Lady K Wild.
Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate that. And thank you for subscribing for 29 months. That's a large number of months. I hope all is well. So yeah, basic math. We have a variety of game variations with this, and we have played basic math before on stream, but it's been a while. So game mode 1, table addition, choose the top number. We have subtraction, multiplication, division, random addition, random subtraction, random multiplication, and random division. And I'm not really sure what the, we also have like the various TV modes. I think the black and white mode is probably the most legible, but this was the 70s and they did like to show that they had color on the system. And so there's difficulty. I think we can, hopefully we can set this basic math program to a hard difficulty and not struggle too much. And we can probably, set this to timed? Timed? Why not? Okay. 1 divided by 1. Oh, geez. I went straight to division. Let's reset that. Let's go back to the game variations and let's go with random addition. Wait, where are my controls? Up, down, left, right. Enter number is A. Game options back. Okay, so might as well use a joystick for this. This was a joystick controller originally. Oh, right, instruction manual. There might actually be instructions. So let's just check this out. Use the joystick controller with this game program. Is there any story for this? It doesn't look like it. Each game features a particular type of math problem. Each game presents 10 math problems. You get 1 point for each correct answer. At the end, each game gives two numbers flash on the screen. The number of total problems, 10, is the right-hand side, and your score is on the left-hand side. I can hardly fathom how much code it took them to do this. So, settle down, Beavis. Thank you for asking that question. So the deal is, this game, Basic Math, came out in 1977. And this whole collection, I'll just pop back out. This whole collection was supposed to be organized chronologically on these lovely little timelines. And birth of the console, 1977, VCS. We learn all about these joystick things. We get combat. We get air-sea battle. We get surround. And then we move on to 1978. And there's 2 games in this collection that are not on that timeline. And that is a particular frustration of mine. It reminds me of things like how Disney Plus was like, yeah, we're not going to put all of the content onto this service that we own when they, launched that service. And then when they were like, episode orders, who cares about episode orders when they put certain things in television? Good question, Settle Down Beavis. Good question. So basic math, anyways, came out in 1977, select game variation, timed hard, and we will do random addition and see what happens. Woo. This is terrifying. I am hoping that I can, wow, that took a leap in terms of what it was asking me difficulty-wise. I would be able to answer this faster. Oh gosh. 1, 1. If the user interface for this wasn't awful. 1, 1. The number music is great. We're getting easier now. Okay, I hope I'm doing this all correctly. I don't know what it shows me if I do it wrong. 6. Oops. And then, oops. 2. Oh my gosh. That's 3 and then 1. Oh, I did enter that wrong. Because I said that should be 1. My bad. Apparently the pressure of this really throws me off. 6. So stressful. Oh. 0 and then so, as the manual says, 10 is the number that is hard-coded to come up there, which is hilarious. Like, they spent so much code to show you that you got 9 out of 10. They didn't spend enough code to show, like, an out of on the screen. But, okay, so that was the addition. That was pretty hard. I want to reset the game. Can I change game modes? Multiplication, division. Think that's how I do it? Oh, so I want to go to this multiplication. It's not telling me which game mode on this one. Oh my gosh, that's going to be almost impossible to see. Start. Okay, so part of this is going to be the difficulty of seeing these numbers, because if you think that's hard to see on screen, oh my gosh, 25 times 13, are you kidding me? 5, I don't know, it's 1 something. That's gonna be wrong. 325. That wasn't 1 something at all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no mixture of operations. 18 times 11. Oh my goodness. 10 times 11, 110 plus 88. So that should be 8 at the end. And then 9 and then 1. Oh my gosh. So stressful. 24 times 36, that is going to be 4 times 6 is 24, carry the 2. Oh my gosh. 6 2, I don't know. 864, I was close. 770 plus 49 is going to be 8. 39? No, 8, 19. This is why I'm bad at countdown. 1309. Wow, I'm like, oh, I'm not, I am doing this poorly. Okay, so, let's go with a 0. 6, and then, no, I'm doing this terribly. 3 times 42 is going to be 84, is going to be 126. 1260. Oh my gosh. 2-digit multiplication is an entirely different problem. 20 times 96 is going to be half of 96, which is 48 minus 19. So 480 minus 19 is 4. That's going to be a 1. And that's going to be 40. No, 6. Wow. No, I was totally wrong again. I am very bad at multiplication right now. And it's very hard to do this when I can't even see the screen. And it does need strategies, and I am not, I'm just getting stressed. My gosh. I wish it let me approximate this stuff. How far can I go? 1,000. No, it was 2886. I am terrified because it does let you go over here. So like I'm a little terrified after I get 0 on this, maybe 1 on this. Yeah, Petulant Cobra, you would think that. Random screen numbers is a bad choice. I need a decoder wheel to figure this out. Oh my gosh. Sure, 5917. I got 2 right. 2 whole right questions out of that. I am terrified for whatever this division is going to be. But let's find out. Because that seems like fun. It always seems to start with 1, 1. And yes, we do get some contrast now. Wow, 1 divided by 1 is 1. It's not 0. What the heck? But like this, what the heck? 49 divided by 5? To how many points? Because this is going to be like 9 point something? 9.4, 9 remainder 4. Okay, so this is a remainder type division. Cool. So this is going to be 5. Remainder 3. Okay, so that's a little bit easier. We're not dealing with decimals, we're dealing with remainders. That's fine. So this is going to be 19. Oh, and hopefully this isn't 0 like I thought things were. Okay. There we go. 62 divided by 2, that's going to be 31. I'm much better at division than I am at multiplication. Well, I mean, this is also single digit division. So, I mean, double divided by single. Anyways, 7 times 7 is 49. So that's going to be 7 remainder 6. Okay, and I do like how much divide by 1 they have in this. That does make division a lot easier. They had a lot less, like, multiply by 1. 54 divided by 3, that's 9 times 6. So that is going to be 18. I don't know why I think of certain things. This is going to be 35 remainder 1. Anyways, this was a launch title of the Atari 2600 there, Basic Math. And I wonder if subtraction is worse or better. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Random addition, random subtraction. I think we have some contrast. Okay, we start off with 1, 1 every time, I think. 85 minus 69 is, that is going to be, 16. Also nice. Truth, Petulant Cobra. Okay, so we're going to be at 57 on this one. This is reminding me of exactly how much better I was at integration than I was at differentiation. That's going to be 45. Uh, 80. 87 minus 59. Gosh, that's going to be plus 18? No, 28. I loved integration. Integration was my, like, 68. Almost nice. Oh, come on. 81. If I put a 0, does that count it incorrectly? Yes. Okay, 081 is wrong. 81 is correct. I disagree. Okay, so that's going to be 62 minus 9 is going to be 4. 54. 53. Oh my gosh. Why did I think 2 minus 9 was going to... Anyways. Okay, 96. It's a good thing I don't, like... I don't know. Have to do timed math all day. I think in this case it is math singular because it's American. Yeah. And as an American program, since it can only do one operation at a time, I think it's just very singular. All right, that is also nice to see you, Bad at Buttons. That is fun with numbers. Oh my gosh. So yeah, 1977 launch title. Thank you. I appreciate that. It would be maths if it was all of them at the same time. So when we eventually get to like number munchers, then that's definitely going to be maths, because we're not going to play number munchers on like easy single operation mode. So Breakout, we've played Breakout, the arcade version recently. We've played Breakout Arcade. This is 12th in math. Math said 8 video games. So yeah, we're going to do Breakout, 12 video games for Breakout, up to 4 players. So the reason why you could have 4 players, the Atari 2600 has 2 controller ports, but the, oh, I can get my trackball for this. Pending some USB, fun. Oh, that's the keyboard. Trackball. Number Munchers is fantastic. Also, there was Word Munchers too, right? And there's also like there's like a trivia version of it. Anyways, edutainment is fun. Have fun with the family, C Jinx. Yeah. Nice to see you nonetheless. Oops, I plugged that into the wrong... Oh, I plugged the wrong thing in. Okay. So confusing. Okay, there we go. I have a mouse. That is a thing. Okay, cool. So anyways, you can have 4 controllers if they're paddle controllers, because the paddles are 2 controllers per controller port, because paddles are that simple. So we have Breakout. What are the various game versions that we have? We have Mode 1, Breakout 1 player. We have Breakout 2 player, 3 player, and 4 player. Then we have Steerable Breakout, which sounds probably like that's the mess that is the like steerable bullets. Steerable 2 player, steerable 3 player, steerable 4 player. And then Breakout Catch. Obviously catch is when you can catch the ball and then release it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4 player. And then there's Invisible, 1, 2, 3, and 4 player. Timed Breakout, 1, 2, 3, 4 player. Timed Breakout Steerable, 1, 2, 3, or 4 player. Timed Breakout Catch, 1, 2, 3, or 4 player. Timed Breakout Invisible, etc. And then there's Breakthrough, Breakthrough Steerable, Breakthrough Catch, and Breakthrough Invisible. So thankfully, if you'll note, these are all listed as like game option 12, game option 11, 4 different versions of game option 11. We have already seen Atari games count every single diverse version of players as different games. So 12 is a surprisingly modest claim for the number of games in this cartridge, and I'm genuinely surprised that they didn't say 48 games on this cartridge. But let's start with some classic 2600 Breakout and see if we can get the mouse controller to work. Otherwise, I will have to play this not on the mouse. We can get the mouse to work. Okay, good. Can we get it to... No, we cannot get the mouse to serve. That's fine. This collection again insists that it is impossible, utterly, to, oh my gosh, use a mouse button as a button. You'll notice, possibly, I don't know how clear it is on stream, but as the ball goes through the lines, it actually changes color to match the lines, and that is fascinating to me because that happened on Arcade Breakout. But the reason why it happened on Arcade Breakout is that Arcade Breakout was actually a black and white game, and they put a color overlay on the screen instead of coloring the actual screen itself. And so, oh my gosh, that was fast. Do I have one ball left? Now I think I have one ball left. I think I'm one player. I don't even, is this 4-player? No, that's got to be 4 players simultaneous. So I don't like this whole thing where it doubles the speed when it goes halfway up the screen. That is scary. 0? Oh, okay, so that's just the end, and then it goes into its cycle. At least it does end. That's nice. Okay. So if I go F3, F2, I'm trying to see how to change games. Reset the console, anything. All of the things that normally I can do. Yeah, it's interesting that the ball, like, it feels like, again, as a launch title, they just, I guess that might have been more work, and they decided not to do it. Oh my gosh. I would like to select the game mode, please. Yes, I'm sure. Let's try steerable 1-player. Yeah, and so I'm not sure if they're using sprites. Whoa, that's really wonky steering. So in terms of steerability, that is like, it's the addition of controller movement plus momentum. So this is the, if this looks weird, if this looks weird, that's because it is. Yeah, you could do some beam raise. I feel like probably what was going on is that this is just early enough in the dev cycle, in that it's the beginning of the dev cycle, that they didn't do that. But I'd love to see past, like, this version of the game is not going to, oh my gosh. I could just be using the actual mouse instead of the trackball, and that would probably be easier. This is very confusing physics. Like, this is the most confusing thing I've ever seen. And also, the ball definitely hit the paddle there. Just get in the comments. That didn't. Oh, that's hilarious, Buttons. Volume echoes are always possible, especially because I don't always remember to turn off my speakers when I start streaming. And my headphones and my speakers are very much in sync. Okay, come on. Ooh. So, unlike other, like, brick breaker games, you only really can do one brick per, like, you hit one brick out at a time. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. Super fast mode is awful. Arkanoid is pretty fantastic in terms of paddle ball games. Okay, that was a way of this going. Let's try the next variation. Breakout catch, 1 player. Ah, you can hold the button to catch it. Otherwise, it just bounces, and sometimes it bounces a little bit weird. And it definitely catches it without letting you know where it is actually on the paddle. Thanks for that, Atari. That's super useful. Oh my gosh. So catching is difficult. Yeah, it always sticks to the same part of the paddle, kind of regardless. But it will launch from the part of the paddle that it actually, like, stuck to. Anyways, I'm kind of surprised that they're not using background elements for the blocks in this, and that they're using sprites at all. I guess maybe sprite collision? Like, I don't know what benefit, considering that this console was, like, designed for games like this. Like, basically, this is the type of game the 2600 can do well without crazy hacks. It's a little weird that it does it not great. I wonder if they thought changing the ball color, like, by line was, like, a fun, awesome thing. Like, I wonder if they thought, oh, man, we got this working. That's a great feature. Or if they were like, that's a limitation we wish we could fix. I'm usually better at these kinds of games because I had so much practice playing Commander Keen. Oh, okay, that is great. It does actually work up that way. I didn't know that. Oh, disappointing. I didn't know that it would actually do that up at the top. So that's good to know. Let's try invisible, whatever the heck that means. Oh, this is awful. See, this I feel was just like, we can. It's definitely something like that. There's very, very stringent limitations on what the Atari 2600 can do, which makes it all the more amazing what they managed to do with it. I don't see how this being invisible, I don't know if this is worse or better. Because, like, none of the blocks are particularly close enough to the paddle that, like, the bounce off of the blocks is what I'm tracking. So, if anything, this is, like, less distracting. Oh, my gosh. Less distracting, but my mouse movements are erratic anyways. Gosh, it would be interesting to play this with an actual paddle controller. Ah. Oh, that's very possible. That's very possible. And then sometimes it uses black for the lines. There was Breakout Invisible. They had Breakthrough, right? Yeah. Let's try Breakthrough. And see what happens. Because I think Breakthrough is that craziness. Where, like, in this case, the ball is just guaranteed to move really quickly. Also, your paddle gets smaller when it gets up to, like, the top of things. Which is rude. Especially in this game mode. I mean, this game mode does speed things up a bit. Oh my gosh. I would just like to, like, I feel like this is my best opportunity to actually get through an entire level of this. Whew. Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like the angles that I can get are minimal, and I might want to like do this on catch mode so that I can rely less on like DVD videoing my way through this. Whew. Because like I feel like it's very much moving on 45-degree angles. Oh my gosh, and I still can't do a good job of this. Okay. So, select game version, breakthrough, catch, 1 player. Shoot. Just gonna hold down the button all the time. And we'll hope for the best. Shoot. Come on. Oh, that's interesting. It has to hit a block. I thought it was just when the ball gets to the height. Also, it's very thundery outside. I think it's very thundery outside. It could just be very loud cars doing rumbling things outside, or some form of construction. But I have a feeling it's rain. So hopefully the power lasts. Oh my gosh. I just want to see what happens after this level. Is there creativity in the level design? That's all I want to know. It was... Oh, crazy hail? I could do without hail, I think. Oh, are you kidding me? Reset game. We can do this. I will say this, it's way easier to do this with a mouse than it would have been. Well, I hope I don't have to turn on my hail filter on my microphone. Ooh. It should not be that hard to track a ball. Like, the latency isn't even bad on my screen, so I can't, like, complain about that. Maybe if I was using a mouse pad, I would have more consistent mouse input. That feels like a possibility. But, like, it's a big paddle. Oh my gosh. Ah! 1 ball left. So like it stays, so it drops the paddle size when it gets to the top, but it doesn't speed up until it hits one of those fast things. You can do this. Reset game. I want to win this once, at least. Oh my gosh. That was because there was another mouse in the way. I have too many pointing devices on my desk. That was a waste of a ball. Oh, I'm in catch mode. My gosh. Like, I should be remembering that I set up catch mode so that I could do this better. Because I want to release. I'm doing such a good job of, like, hitting the actual blocks. That's been what, like, six rounds in a row where I hit the same blocks? Part of the problem is because it is always sticking on the same side of the paddle, I think this is going to bounce to the right. I'm trying to remember where it's stuck on the paddle so that I can line up my shot. Ooh, this is going to be a problem. Ooh. Okay, so it is possible. Oh, and again, I'm not catching the ball for some reason. Catching the ball would make this go faster. This direction? I was wrong. 2 blocks left. 2 blocks. I can do this. I mean, I can't do that on that light, but like... Okay, so that came in. That's going to go that way. Still, I am managing to like completely miss things. Hilarious. Catch and release is like the only way you can play this game mode. I don't know how else you would line up the shots usefully. I think that's going that way. Okay, good. To the right? No, I was wrong there. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not doing great at this. But I'm a fair deal closer than I was previously. Uh-oh. Whew. It really can only go on that, like, when it's in fast mode, it cannot go on angles other than 45 degrees at all. That is just not a possibility. Ooh. Ooh. One brick left. Which direction is this going? The wrong direction. Oh! That is going to go that way. And I missed. And I missed again. Okay, we're getting close. We can do this. I do not want to be like the hail near Petulant Cobra. I want to actually do some damage. $250 with the first ball. Wow. The slow, gentle bouncing around without hitting anything. I think that's going that way. And then I think that's going to go that... Oh my gosh! Can this just... Okay. I think that's going to go... Oh, I was wrong. And now I was... Okay, this is going to go up to that angle. And this is going to go to the left. And to the left. And to the left. And to the right. Ooh. To the right. To the right. Okay, so we do not have any creative level design. We just keep going how we're going. See, I like that there are like different patterns in other Breakout games. It's kind of amazing that this is all they fit into it. But yeah. That is Breakout for the 2600. Oh, I said I was going to do Indy Race 500. That's fine. I can do that. Complete. Indy Race 500. So this was another launch title. Breakout was actually maybe not a launch title, but Indy 500 was, which is going to be Race 500 in this collection. Yeah. So Race 500, again, originally Indy 500. Race cars, crash and score, tag, and ice race are the variety of things that we have going on here. Game mode 1, race driver track, 25 laps wins, 2-player. So we have a couple of different modes going on here. 2-player, 1-player, 60-second time trial. 25 laps wins 2-player. Devil's Elbow track, 60-second time trial, 1-player. 50 hits wins in Crash and Score. Crash and Score track, 60-second time trial, 1-player. 50 hits wins in the Demolition track. And then there's a time trial. And then there's some tag. There's an ice race. And then there's an ice sprint track. So slightly different tracks. This reminds me a little bit of the game Sprint, which is pretty cool. So let's give this a try. The 60-second time trial. And see what happens. Oh, did I just crash things? Well then, let me attempt this again. Okay. I think I might have confused it into not knowing how to control things. Ooh. Oh, no, there we go. Okay. We've got it. We're all right. Okay. Whew. Select game version, 60-second time trial. Point in the direction that I want to drive. Thanks for that control advice. I don't remember if this is the kind of control that Lady QEW likes or not. The stick in the direction that you travel versus turning. I'm finding this, thankfully it gave that instruction. Because while I'm not doing well, like I feel like I can definitely, I was literally just about to say, I feel like I can do this without doing so much turning around these turns. Clearly, that is incorrect. But I will say the nice thing about Sprint is that they managed AI racers. And so not having AI racers is, it's a thing that exists. Game options back. Select game version. Try this other. I got, what, 8 laps in the other one? Let's see what we can do on this one. Ooh, we're a pink car this time. Oh my gosh. Like, the nice thing is that it's a delightfully simple racing game. Ooh, almost got into a groove there for a second. I should really be pulling out something that isn't a thumbstick, like an actual joystick for this, but I do find that the problem I have with my joysticks is that they have too much rebound or something. Okay. No, we are getting close. Okay. Considering I have to travel more distance, this almost feels fair. Also, if it feels like the car is like jumping around the screen a bit, it feels like that to me too, and I'm not sure if that's a VSync issue or what's going on there, but that's fun. And what other game modes do we have? Let's see. Now, I don't know how you can time trial a Crash and Score. Oh! Oh, okay. That's sweet. This is like Snakes, but you're not... Oh, that was hilarious. It was too close to the wall and it redrew it. Or not. I don't know. But this is like Snake with cars and you don't get longer. I wonder, like, when was the first Snake game created? Was it before or after this? Like, Nibbles.Bass was after this, I'm sure. But 1977... I miss Nibbles. Nibbles is a great game. I should make sure that it's on my list. Nibbles and Gorillas.bass. Okay, that is a loop around the screen. Cool. Okay, so it redraws it if it intersects with the wall. 27 feels not bad. So they have the Crash and Score Demolition track as well. Ooh, 1976. So this could be a ripoff of Snake, but with cars. Speaking of versions of games, I did get in the Steam Summer Sale Colossal Cave Adventure, the modern version. And I was thinking I would throw that onto the list. Oh my gosh. In a I should really play the heck out of it soon kind of position. Can I get 30? Yeah, there we go. My gosh, that's some loud thunder. Because it does have very much the plot of an early PDP-10 game, but it has the graphics of a modern 3D adventure. So I might, the auto mapping is really cute. I've played around a little bit with that. So I was thinking that we might pick that up as a bit of a fun game to play. So other things that they didn't include in their timeline, Canyon Bomber for the 2600 for some reason, because they had Canyon Bomber Arcade and they'd done stuff like that before. So let's just check out Canyon Bomber. Yeah, Canyon Bomber. We'll go back this way. Because I don't think we played this in 2-player mode with Lady QEW. I forget. Maybe we did. Okay, maybe this got played and I just didn't mark it off. Anyways, let's play some, this reminds me so much of Air to Sea Bomber. I do think we played this, though. Following one player. Come on, one player, limited bombs. You can't play 2-player with unlimited bombs? Rude. Okay. No recall on the bombs, because that's nonsense. Oh, okay, so when they say 2-player mode, I believe did we play the 2600 version of this game? I forget. I swear we did. Anyways, when they say 1-player, they mean with AI 2-player. Which is going to make this interesting. I didn't actually know that that's what that meant, so I'm kind of glad I've done this anyways. And clearly this is the suspended brick version, although I thought I selected falling bricks. So, oops, if true. Okay. My goal right now is to get that corner gone. Anyway, soon we will be able to go back to the, speaking of adventure games, the timeline, and be a little less annoyed at Atari in their package design of this thing. Oh my gosh. I think the enemy just uses their bombs constantly? Oh, is this the final bomb? Oh, now I don't have any bombs. So we lost. Huh. Okay, cool. Canyon Bomber for the 2600. Not as fun as the arcade version. Not as fun as the arcade version. Yeah. So let's get back to the timeline. Let's be less angry at the timeline. Oops, wrong keyboard. And let's take a look at adventure, because there is at least some information about adventure and things like that. And so let's just hop over to the timeline. Move a mouse out of the way. Birth of the console. We're back on track. It's all good. We've now cleared all of the games on the list up until 1980. So I think that's outside of if I include the fun Colossal Cave adventure. So, yeah, adventure, 1980-03. So we did leave off here, Activision, and we will go back to Activision games. We've just actually caught up on Activision games. So adventure came out first. But we'll get back there sometime when Lady QEW can join to show us how to play bridge. But adventure, which we've played the once, which was a landmark VCS game released in 1980. Creator Warren Robinette was inspired by the 1977 text-based game Colossal Cave Adventure to create a similar non-linear adventure game for the VCS. It is considered to be the start of the adventure genre of video games in which players explore worlds while finding and using items. And so that is an interesting definition of an adventure game. Because this game doesn't really have much in the way of plot, and maybe it does. Maybe there's some plot in the manual, but like we've played King's Quest on stream before, and King's Quest has like a story, and adventure doesn't really have a story, and it feels like part of I mean, like, this had a huge influence on things, but like the text adventure genre was all about stories. Like we've played the Zork games, so much story and humor. And so, I don't know, just really interesting. So anyways, adventure had one of the first Easter eggs. So since Atari designers did not get public credit for their work, Warren Robinette hid his name in the game if the player went through an elaborate sequence of moves. And this is what that looks like. You can see created by Warren Robinette is what you can do on the screen. The existence of this Easter egg was a surprise to even Atari and spread by word of mouth since it was found. But in the first issue of Atari Age magazine in May 1982, Atari officially spilled the beans, explaining how to pull off the trick while noting that the credits were hidden by the game's sneaky programmer. Dear Atari, my brother was playing Adventure and he was in the Black Castle's Grey Dungeon. He took the bridge and went into a small part which is surrounded by walls. When he was inside, he picked up a dot. Please tell me what this dot is and what it can do. Your brother has found the first step in revealing a secret message locked deep within Adventure cartridge by the programmer who designed it. Most people only find the dot by taking the blue bridge and laying across some walls in the Grey Dungeon until it appears, but you've already completed that step. Now for the second step, move the secret dot into the secret panel room. How do you get there? If you come out of the yellow castle down the main path and go right, keeping going to the right until you crash into a thin black wall, you've actually crashed into a secret panel that lets you into the secret room. Moving the secret dot into this room won't open the secret panel, but you're getting closer. Leave the secret dot there and then go on to the next step. Go and grab any two more objects and bring them into the secret panel room where the secret dot is. Do the secret panel start blinking? Then you are ready for the final step. Take a deep breath, hold it, good magic, then pass through the secret panel very carefully and you've done it. Unlocked the secret of adventure. We congratulate you and so does sneaky programmer Warren Robinette. So we're going to just take a look at what we have here. This is video feature game designers Cliff Bleszinski, designer of Gears of War, Todd Fry, who designed Sword Quest, because yes, apparently Sword Quest was designed we're learning here. And Tim Schafer, who designed Psychonauts, discussed the tremendous impact that Adventure had on the world of video games and on them personally.
I'd have to say one of the more influential Atari games that hit me hard was Adventure.
Adventure had been a very popular game. Adventure is related to really a nerdy game. It's related to like text adventures or to Dungeons and Dragons more than any of the other things, any of the other intellectual property or content on the 2600.
So many games were just like kind of shooters and, you know, combat and whatnot, things like that were very simple. But Adventure really broke the mold for what the 2600 was capable of.
One of the most, like, I feel like magical, impactful moments on me with the Atari games is that we got Adventure, and I saw the cover at the drugstore, because that's where we had to buy video games, at the drugstore behind the photo counter. And I got it home. I was so excited to play it. I just didn't read the instructions. I just ripped it out of the box and like played it and started playing it. And I was like, oh, there's Dot, and there's like, you know, the duck chasing me, and I got an arrow, and I can't figure out what's happening. He ate me. Oh my God.
The weird thing about Adventure was the dragons were supposed to be dragons, but they just looked like ducks. I don't know what they were thinking there.
The bridge and the bat, and it was so baffling. I really loved that experience of somewhat confused experience, and I feel like that's actually something I love still in games now, when there's that moment of like, what the, where you just get, games can do that. They can just surprise you, and they can make you feel really bewildered, and then as you slowly figure out how they work, that's part of the pleasure of them, I think, is that not knowing what to expect in them. So that moment of being surprised by Adventure has really stuck with me. Another thing I like about Adventure that I try to incorporate is that feeling that the game is really alive. The characters who are in that world live even when you're not looking at them on the screen. Like when the dragon or the bat flies on the screen in Adventure, you feel like it's been on a journey. It's been somewhere. Oh, the bat went over and it stole the shield. It stole the sword, and now it's in the room. It's like you don't feel like it was just spawned in that room. It's been in another room doing bat adventures.
And what it provided for me was a sense of mystery and exploration that would later influence the 2D adventure games that I would make that would help launch my career.
It's kind of fascinating how influential something like this can be. Also, Double Fine, what else did Tim Schafer design? I'm curious. Tim Schafer, because like Psychonauts, yeah, absolutely. But like, Tim Schafer also worked, yeah, that's what I thought, at Lucasfilm, like at LucasArts. And so like, co-programmer on Secret of Monkey Island. Like, you can say Psychonauts, and that's relevant to today's gamers. But like, if you're gonna have him talk about, like adventure games, then like Secret of Monkey Island 2, Day of the Tentacle, Full Throttle, Curse of Monkey Island, Grim Fandango. He worked on some pretty amazing games. And apparently, and this is hilarious, Tim Schafer was credited on Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which is probably the best thing to come out of the original, not the original trilogy, my gosh. The modern, the episodes 1, 2, and 3, the prequel trilogy. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is a great game, and Tim Schafer was credited as never actually tried to sabotage the project. I would love if I could get paid for not sabotaging things. So Adventure is credited as having 3 video games, 3 skill levels, 1 player, is sort of what it says in the fine print there. So game mode 1, Small Kingdom, and then there's the Full Kingdom, and then there's random placement. So I think one of the things that's really cool about this is that in terms of a adventure game, and this is a, my gosh, I also can't change the right difficulty with the Xbox controller because everything just changes left difficulty, but that's fine. This collection doesn't have any bugs whatsoever. It's definitely a good collection that is totally fine. Plus there we go. Run away from the sword. Yeah, absolutely they do. And they're slow dragons. Anyways, the fact that I could swear I talked about this when I first played Adventure, but that you get a randomizer built in is just fascinating, because randomizers have revivified so much, like Zelda games and things like that, where just like, if you know the game super, super well, you can play it pretty quickly. And then you get this new challenge with a randomizer. And it's just interesting to me that random placements of objects was one of the things that they thought about when they made this game. Let's do a small kingdom run of this, though. Is there a manual? Let's find out. Instruction manual. Because I do forget the plot of this. Zooming in, zooming out. I also forgot how to go to the next page. Arrow key? Okay. Right. An evil magician has stolen the enchanted chalice and hidden it somewhere in the kingdom. The object of the game is to rescue the enchanted chalice and place it inside the golden castle where it belongs. No easy task, as the evil magician has created 3 dragons to hinder your quest for the golden chalice. Yorgel the yellow dragon, who is just plain mean. Grundle the green dragon, who is mean and ferocious. And Rindle the red dragon, who is the most ferocious of them all. Rindle is also the fastest dragon and is the most difficult to maneuver. There are 3 castles in the kingdom. The white castle, the black castle, and the golden castle. Each castle has a gate over the entrance. The gate can be opened with the corresponding colored key. Inside each castle are rooms or dungeons, depending on which skill level you are playing. The castles are separated by rooms, pathways, and labyrinths. Common to all skill levels is the blue labyrinth, through which you must find your way to the black castle. Skills 2 and 3 have more complicated kingdoms. See the skill levels stuff. So name more children after the Dragons of Adventure is what I'm learning. Anyways, I'm going to grab the key. Key lets me go into the yellow castle. Or lets me lock the yellow castle. Let me drop the key. Oh, and then I can get the... This is also, I'm just putting out there, the first thing that you can do in Adventure is get the sword, because it's dangerous to go alone. And in terms of, you see the flashing of the sprites on the screen, that is because there are too many sprites on the screen. So we need to do some intelligent coding in very small amounts of code in order to make this actually function, which again, chef's kiss, to be able to even figure out how to do that. So now I'm a green dot, because dots, you know, they only have so much going on for them. This is the secret passageway that takes you to the Easter egg. Okay, there's a black key here. Oh, and the dragon ran away from the sword. Cool. So I'm going to take the black key up here. And then I'm going to grab the sword again. Because we're going to do some object manipulation for safety. Make all the dragons run away from us. So we have the key to the black dungeon. Oh, I forget which way is the secret entrance, honestly. But we probably need the sword. Oh, we'll probably need the key up there. I forgot my way through this labyrinth. But we do need to figure our way through it. So if I go down, this isn't going to help, is it? Nope. I also remember there's a bat, and the bat is awful. So let's hope that we do not run into the bat. Oh, there's the bridge. Yikes. Okay. I don't like the bridge. Can I go this way? And then this way, and this way, and up. Oh my gosh. Rude. Oh, I'm in the... Right. Okay. I see what happened. I died. Oh, but the key is going to be back where I left it. That's worse. Well, I'll take the sword with me. Again, you shouldn't go alone without a sword. Very important not to do that. Dead end there. I would like the key, though. Key? Key. Okay. We go this way and down and up and over. And then we have this bridge, and the bridge actually lets us go across. into the black area. Now we have the magnet. The magnet lets us carry things like the key with us. Or grab the chalice. Oh my gosh. The chalice. Woo!
Plumberry just resubscribed for 9 months. Anniple's heading up to bed, wanted to stop and say hi, and also, Sauron stole all the doors in the land. They called it Gondor. He took them all home, installed them in his tower. They called it Mordor. Have a lovely night, kmenzel. Kick butt.
Thank you so much for 9 months of subscribing. I hope you get a wonderful sleep tonight, Plumberry. And that is a hilarious joke. Oh my gosh, you stupid dragons. Yeah, that's right. I'm taking your chalice. No, I'm taking your chalice. No, I'm taking your chalice. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot, I picked up the bridge. I don't want the bridge. Drop the bridge. Taking your chalice. And then walking all the way down here. And then how do I get out? Not this way. Am I trapped? Down here? Up here? Across to here? Down here? Across? Oh my gosh! Go away, dragon. Yeah, okay. I might have trapped myself. Go away, dragon. Ah! Whew! Scary little dragony beast. And down here, maybe? No, not there. Maybe here? No, that's a one-way thing. How do I get out of this place? Okay, fine. I'll take a bridge another way. I'll take the bridge here. Now I'm blue on a bridge. And I need the chalice. So now I'm going, oh my gosh. I almost got eaten by a dragon. I will get eaten by a dragon. I do not want to get eaten by a dragon. The dragon is chasing me. Because I have a chalice? I don't know, maybe. At least the dragon is slow. How do I get out of here without... Oh my gosh. Stop chasing me, you stupid dragon. Okay. At least it failed. Okay. So I'm back with this, like, thingy thing. I know I was successfully able to, like, get here. Oops. So if I drop this bridge here, and then take the chalice, and then go here. Oh, what if I, like, go here? No. What if I grab the thing here? I don't know. Oh, no, 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 you don't. You do not get to bite me like that. It's very rude. I'm gonna go up here? I was hoping I could, like, go elsewhere. Okay. Back to that. I have a chalice. I was hoping I could, like, do something... Nope. Okay. Up, down, and across? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now we're winning. Hopefully. It's so nice of that. Oh my gosh. Except we were winning. Except I locked the castle. So, like, don't do that. Oh my gosh. Oh. There we go. And we won Small Adventure. So winning Small Adventure is... Big Map Adventure, I would play Big Map Adventure again, but, like, Big Map Adventure is just so... It requires, like, a solid... Like, I don't know. It requires something. So that was adventure. And then, after adventure, and still on the timeline, still chronologically correct, we're not messing around here anymore, we have Dodgem for the 2600. This was, again, a 1 to 2 players. This was considered to be one of the most fast-paced and exciting games on the VCS. Programmed by Karla Meninsky, who would later create Warlords and Star Raiders for the VCS, includes both single and multiplayer modes. Yeah. All right. Game mode 1 player. 2 players. Oh, I remember Dodgem. Okay. Dodgem is fun. We will play Dodgem before we call it for the night. Because Dodgem is fantastic. Okay, slow CPU carts or fast? We'll do slow. And we'll do a random start position. 1 player. Oops. Select game variation. Color. Thank you very much. Slow CPU cars. Random CPU. So I am the which side? Which side? Where are my controls? Oh, okay. I am orange. I see. So basically, what you have to do is not crash into the other character and collect all the dots. Ooh. Ah! And the number of dots resets each time. Okay. The AI is very good at... Oh, shoot. Crashing into you. I think it doesn't understand the collecting dots strategy part of scoring in this game. I'd love to clear a screen in Dodgem once. I don't think you can get all the way out to here. And then 2. So, like, obviously the inner tracks you go faster. Woo! Ah! Shoot. I got stuck in a rut there. Ah! And then I couldn't get out. Ah! Up, out, down. Down worked. Yikes. Oh, I almost got out of that one. No, that doesn't work. Oh, and I ran right into them. I'm a little terrified to turn on fast CPU cars, but I might have to. Oh! I can press a button and go faster. Okay. That changes everything. I have control over speed. So much more fast-paced. I don't know if I knew that the last time I played this. I'm doing, like, poorly as I adjust to this new speed that I have access to. Okay, so, like, and if you're in the middle, you can, like, slow down and pause for a second, too, which is kind of cool. But you can't really think at that speed, and that is a much more fast-paced game. Huh. Ooh, and I thought I pressed down enough. Ah! Because what you want to do is be offset from them when it comes to like switching tracks, so that they can't switch tracks into you. And then you get that completeness going on. Oops. And start does reset things a little too fast. Ah, shoot. I had a good strategy there. Basically, like, get the outside square while you can. Ooh, 69, nice. That wasn't a crash. Anyways, like this. And then just when you're offset, you can just sort of like go faster than they can. And so that seems kind of like cheaty, but like, that strategy almost worked twice. Oh! I'm getting, decent score. 158. Oh, 28. No, we'll restart from there. Like, restarting would not be so easy if you actually had a VCS. Shoot. Meh. $72. Ah, I didn't see that they went into that inner ring. Woo! And I was trying to get to the outer ring there. And I was trying to get in a ring there. 157. Oh, and I was trying to get outside again. This is a hard to read game screen. I will say as well. So I actually downsized the size of the screen that I use for gaming. I used to have a 42-inch display, and now I have a 27-inch display. So quite the downsize. Oh, I can do this. No, I can't. Shoot. I really thought I had that. Ooh, I thought I had that too. Nope. Little yellow car. I'm sure you can get good at these games. So one of the things that's going to be interesting in the, in the Activision collection is that you could get good at these games. And so Activision made badges for things. And that was fun. Let's see. Let's sneak in maybe one more little thing that wasn't an Activision game. What was next on this list? Let's see what they have for us next after Dodge 'em. Programming the VCS is hard. Oh, we have some like programming stuff. Okay, cool. The TIA was the secret sauce of the VCS, making it unique even among other video game systems of the time. Instead of drawing the entire screen at once, it drew graphics on the TV line by line. This was a cost-saving measure, but it allowed clever programmers to pull off incredible tricks. So that's the that right there. That's the Atari TIA, which was responsible for the sound and the video of 2600 games. The circuit board, or the VCS, shows that it was a very simple computer design. Three major chips on the board are the Riot chip, which includes the RAM, the 8-bit CPU, and the custom television interface adapter. So this is the inside of a VCS, or 2600. Not much to it. it's really interesting. You can see above chip number 3 there that there's like clearly room for another chip to be there. And I wonder if that was used for like debugging or something. Development of some sort. I love that like spring-loaded, that like flat out looks like it's a pen cap. Whatever that button was, eject button maybe or something. But that looks like they used a pen cap mold for it. Let's learn a little bit about programming the VCS.
So one of the first questions they asked me at Atari was, what do you want to work on? So I just said to him, I said, what's the dirtiest, most basic elemental system that you have? And he goes, oh, well, that's the VCS. And I said, well, that's where I want to start.
I mean, the constraints on the programmers were worse than I ever even imagined were possible.
2600 doesn't draw a screen. It doesn't draw anything. What it does is it has these little logic devices, these counters and shift registers that say, this is the start of the screen. This is the left side of the screen. The electron beam is moving to the right. I'm going to count. I know how fast the electron beam is moving. I'm going to count until the electron beam is somewhere on the screen, and then I'm going to change the color on the screen for a little itsy bit.
There's only one console where you have to think about the electron gun moving across the screen and what machine cycle you're on and when you can show stuff on the screen. That's such a fun and unique and annoying challenge that it really hooks you.
It's the most fun I've ever had making a game. What do you say, Dave?
Fun might not be the word. You know, it is the most challenging thing you could do. When we were doing it at Atari and at Activision, there were fewer than 100 people in the world who could do what we were doing. And that in itself was, you know, very positive, very uplifting. It's really a sense of accomplishment. If you can create something that, you know, 1 million people love on this horribly limited piece of hardware, you've created something. You know, have a sense of accomplishment.
And there are very few things more technical challenging than trying to get a game out of the VCS in the first place, because the VCS is a very technically limited machine. It sounds like a fabulous thing, and when it first came out, it was, because people had never seen anything like it.
I don't know if other people are as rewarded by it, but you're overcoming tremendous challenges. There's nothing that's easy to do on the 2600. And you're winning, right? I love winning.
And the other thing that's fun about playing them still is that they're all 60 frames a second. They have to hit that or the screen won't draw, you know? So they're all even much better than I think consoles that came out a few years afterwards. They all feel really fast when you play them. No Atari game has any sort of lag or anything because they had no option to have lag.
It's like when today, in hindsight, people criticize the first screen of Donkey Kong on the 2600. When I finished that screen, I thought it was a miracle. And you get people on Facebook today saying it's the biggest piece of junk I ever saw. And you just have to understand the perspective of where you were at the time.
The programmers that worked with that machine were magicians.
So that is programming for the VCS. Fun times, fun times. All right, so let's see. Who's having fun on Twitch tonight? Because it was quite fun to stream tonight. But I've run out of 2600 games that I want to play right now. So, we are going to call it here. Let's see if anybody else is playing anything. Okay, no one else is doing anything like that. Okay. I was just seeing if anybody else was streaming super retro stuff today. But I think we can do this. Da, 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 da. Scratching through things. Oh, that's... Yeah, let's go over there. Okay, so we're going to go for a... We'll go raid Tanuki Dan, who is playing Gamble, it looks like, a Super Mario World hack. If my raid is working today. There we go. So yeah, it was fun, and I'll be starting something off next next week. Yes, next week. Probably next week we'll do more Atari games. I want to be able to have some consistent streams, and there's a Thursday coming up that I have to miss before I get into Colossal Cave Adventure. But we'll get into Colossal Cave Adventure. So next week, maybe some 2-player 2600 games. We'll see. Anyways, it's been a blast hanging out with people. Spread love, not trash. And see people later. Cheers.